Hey everyone, welcome to Collector Chatter. This is episode 71, and this is going to be a little bit of a special episode. We do have a special guest besides me, myself, Megs, and Charlie, as always. This episode, we're going to definitely dig deep into the SDCC stuff, whatever we know from it so far, the Camp Fun Day stuff, and the new box that just dropped for Fun Days. Is it Fun Days? Who knows? We'll talk
Who
about that.
knows? We got mad boxes going on. But if you haven't already, please like this video, throw us a comment once you're done listening, and make sure to subscribe to this channel so you know when all new videos are coming out. All right, with that being said, let's chat.
All right, everyone, welcome back. We are here with a special guest. We got Trae, South Texas Collectibles himself.
Yeah.
Trae, welcome aboard. It's been a little while, and I know he's been on a few times, our little collector council that we like to call it. But welcome, Trae. First of all, thank you for being on another episode. What's up?
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. And yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah, we definitely wanted you on for this one. This is a good one. We I think the last time we had you on for like a con one, or
Yeah.
you were on
Yeah.
for one con one, I think.
Trey helped
So
us when we
yeah.
got the massive amount of drops.
Yeah, so and this one's not even as crazy because we're gonna later on we're gonna talk about some San Diego Comic Con stuff that kind of like has already been announced, but they're really like not pushing out as much as we thought. We thought we were gonna get a lot more of this news, and it's like
Yeah.
it's still like 3 weeks or so away. So it's kind of getting close. And I know we had one drop one time, New York Comic Con, I think was one of them, where we had it like the week before we found out everything, and it was like crazy. So but we want to start this one off with this fun on the run event and box. And yeah, this is I'm a little confused by it because at first I know we were talking in chats for a while, like, is this the actual Fun Days box or is this something else? And it's not the Fun Days box, it's kind of its own little event. I know it's gonna go through Texas, so I know, Trae, you're gonna make your way over to one of the events, I believe. I think it started in, is Nashville the first place that it started? I believe, right? I know Nashville's one of the cities, but I don't know if that's where it
I
started.
thought it was in I think it started in Los Angeles and then it goes all the way to like
Makes no
Oklahoma and
sense.
then back.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it
it's so
started on that
weird.
side and came over. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so weird. But then it's gonna make its way back to the West and eventually end in San Diego. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, so the event itself, I mean, we don't really know too much
But
about it yet.
it does start in Nashville. I just found it.
It does, right? Okay,
It
yeah.
starts in Nashville and then
Okay.
it works its way to San Diego.
Yeah,
Which makes
towards the
sense,
west.
but I
Yeah.
don't understand where the whole Nashville, like why we're starting in Nashville, like it makes no sense.
Yeah, why not start in New York or something, like really go
Honestly,
across the country, right?
this whole thing makes absolutely no
Yeah, that
sense.
would have been yeah.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I want to talk about real quick is like I don't think this even makes sense. It's such a random thing because we got the box, which we're going to go into in a second, but we got that online for everyone, obviously. And now it's like the event itself, like, is there going to be a separate exclusive box? Is it different? Is there going to be other stuff at this event? Like, what's the point of this event, really? Like, is it just their way of like, I don't know, getting people to go and spend money on their way to a big con? Like, I don't know. It's very strange. I thought it was a little confusing. Um, but we'll go into the box because I believe we all got it, right? Everyone
Yeah,
got
Hmm.
we
one.
all did get one.
Yep.
Yeah, it was originally on sale. You can buy two, and then clearly did not sell out. And then they put it up to 12. And is it still available? I think I don't even know if it's sold out because honestly,
I
I
think
haven't
it's
looked,
Yeah,
still
and I
I think
think
it's
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 still
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 available.
up.
available.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like a confusion of how many they made because I know the soda is like 35,000, so it's like, are there that many? But then I don't know. It's very weird. But either way, let's go into some of the contents of the box. So Charlie, you can start it up with something. I do like that this box has like chase variations. That's one thing I definitely wanted to point out. But
Yeah, so let's like just start off with the bread and butter, the Funko Pop, which we're getting the Flash and the Chase's Reverse Flash, which I think is super sick.
mhm.
I know in the first image that we had all seen when they first announced this, it was Batman, which
Yeah,
we'll get into that, our theories about that in a little bit later. But I actually think the Flash is the better, even though I like Batman better than the Flash. The whole fun on the run thing, like the Flash is perfect. Like
yeah.
it just makes sense. The Freddy's sick. It's a Chase Freddy. Like just everything about it. I actually like love this pop. I don't know. What
Yeah.
do you guys think?
Yeah,
I
what do you think,
agree.
Trey?
I agree. Like we've talked about before, I'm not a huge DC fan, but I think this Freddy looks good. And then obviously that the fact that there's a chase is even better. Um, and of course, I like the sodas. I like Space Ghost. I don't have like the OG or anything like that, but still to at least have a Space Ghost is pretty cool. And then I really am liking those rewinds, those blockbuster rewinds, and I think that Freddy would be pretty cool to have, especially the chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk
Yeah.
about those rewinds, Mix. Give your opinion on
All right, let me talk about that Freddy real quick first. So
that.
first off, the Freddy I do think is sick. At first, like again, too, the Batman one, I was like, oh, we already have Freddy's Batman in a few different versions, obviously, but I still thought it was a cool one, and I was like, that's still we've never seen him in that where he's like got like a costume of Batman. Is kind of what that one looked like. He was like
Yeah.
he had his face coming through, so that was a cool version of it. But the Flash one, the more I started looking at it, I was like, this is actually pretty awesome. And the reverse Flash being the chase is super awesome. Like the soda, the OG Flash and reverse Flash, I actually was able to pull that like super long time ago when the OG line came out. And I liked that whole thing. So that's cool. And then just to touch on the soda, it is super random being Space Ghost. Like, I don't know. I was like, I mean, I remember the pop itself obviously came out a long time ago, but like the soda is like super random. There's a chase though, which is cool. I don't love it, but it's cool that you have that way of getting that. But then the rewinds is going to the rewinds. So we're going to talk about the rewinds a lot because there's a few things that have to do with the rewinds in this event or whatever you want to call it. But that's like their new thing, obviously. I know we talked about it last week. Me and Charlie kind of went back and forth where we felt like, oh, is this what's replacing sodas? Is their next big line? But when we start talking about like the booth and everything, like clearly this is a big thing for them. Like this is what they're going to try to push. And there's even a few exclusives for this convention that are going to be part of that. But I don't love it. Like I as I see more and more of them, like they're cool. The design, I hate the design. I don't know. Like people are gonna say it's like similar to a soda. It's kind of like small little thing, but like I don't know. I think a soda has more detail than these things. They just look kind of off. I like the idea, like the whole like it's a old VHS and you get a chase option, but I don't know. I don't love it. And even seeing some of the ones that have been leaked, which we're gonna start talking about later, like they're cool, but I don't know. I'm not on board with this yet. I don't
Well,
know.
it's funny because they remind me of, or do you guys remember like Playmobil toys?
Yeah,
Like
they still
that's
make
what
those.
they
Yeah.
look like. What you say?
They make those, I think, still, right?
They still make them.
Yeah. I was
They've
just at
even
Toys R Us today, actually. So
yeah,
there's a
they
ton of them.
definitely
Yeah.
still make them. They're not really popular in the US, I feel like, but I know Funko at one point a long time ago, they had a partnership with them. Like there's a few exclusive. I even
Yeah.
think they make a Turtles one. Like they make a Shredder,
Yes,
I
they do.
think.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of them. It's got the same kind of look, the face.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's just like a nostalgic feel for, our
The blockbuster.
favorite
Yeah.
guys, and it's kind of their version of that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
too
Do you like
coincidence.
it?
If you guys like look it up, if you're not familiar, like let us know what you think in the comments. But I like it because I think they look fresh and different. And I liked those as a kid. So
Okay.
it I also kind of do like the idea of them being in like those VHS cases. I think it's cool looking. Um, Part of me though, I don't think it needed to have the blockbuster branding. To me, that's where it comes a little off. Like I don't Blockbuster is such a nostalgic name at this point that like it may not like resonate with everyone, as weird as that sounds.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Think about how many people this people under 20, for instance, probably don't even know what Blockbuster is.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
like definitely, and I agree. And obviously, Blockbuster's out of business. Like it's not around. So like, why put the name? Like, yeah, you could have totally just been like, oh, a rewind. Like this is just a throwback, and you got these old little
Exactly.
things or whatever. But I mean, I get it. It's like it's obvious. It's a movie. It's a VHS because of the Blockbuster. So it kind of like ties into that. And
Mhm.
then I know we mentioned that there's also like a card in there. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
It's
fits
like your
into the
Blockbuster
whole
car, which is
renting,
cool.
yeah, rental of like the movies and stuff. But I don't know. I think if I'm being honest, it's literally their next gold, bro. Like this is the way I look at it. Like it's just gold was huge and went crazy on it. Clearly wasn't selling. And look at they don't even talk about gold now. What happened to that damn room that they made with the gold throne?
The throne.
And now they're gonna start doing this. Like this is the new thing. Like that's what I see.
Here's the problem though, which we've talked about on the podcast before. Gold should have ventured out into TV and movies, and then they finally could have said if it was a failure or not. Testing out with just sports wasn't the right move, in my opinion. I mean, let's be real. When we talk about the rumored list for these, I mean, that's all it is. I mean, obviously because it's blockbuster, but this it's straight. It's almost like maybe this is their movie TV version of gold. Like that's what they're going for. Because I don't think there's been any athletes or any spin. I mean, you could pick a sports movie. I don't know if there are any sports movies in there.
It seems like they're just it seems like they're going straight with like the classics and movies. Exactly. And like I said, I don't hate the concept. Like the box looks cool. The fact that it comes inside that box, you got a card with it. There's a chase. Obviously, we know what like chase is. But to me, it's just like it's literally sodas and golds like mixed. And they popped out these rewinds. But I don't know. We're gonna see how they sell. Like, obviously, let's see what this price point is too. I think that'll matter to see kind of because I know a lot of soda sales kind of went down when sodas really spiked up a lot higher than like pop prices. So, like, are they going to be that price?
Dude, if they're more than sodas, Funko needs to have their head examined.
Are they more? Yeah, like where are they going to sit?
Seriously.
And now, obviously, some of these are going to be exclusive, which is kind of almost an excuse to sell some of them for a little bit more. But like, is their everyday one going to be like this? Because if that's the case, I don't know. I don't know if that's no bueno for them. But obviously, they're putting a lot into it because we're going to talk about in a little bit that booth it's specifically. But to kind of tie up more of the box, besides those three things, we're also getting a wobbler, which is pretty awesome because we haven't seen one of these. This is obviously a throwback to the original stuff that Funko was making. It's a Freddy Funko, which is cool, and it's with the little dog Proto, which is awesome because it really is more of like a classic piece. So that's really cool. I kind of wish all the pieces were numbered. Like I know the soda is. Yeah. I kind of wish the pop was numbered, the wobbler was numbered, just to kind of give it a little bit more like uniqueness to like this box.
I agree.
And then we also got biddies. So the biddy thing is still tying along. It's another thing they could throw into these type boxes. But this one's cool because it's Freddy Funkos.
Yeah.
And it's just like a couple little, but it looks like it's only one box.
Yes.
It's not like you get multiple ones like they've been coming out and multiple runs of it or waves or whatever they call it, series.
Yeah. I think it's just that one. Yep.
Yeah. But it's still cool because it's
cool.
Freddy.
Like, I mean, we've all at this point gotten biddies. And I mean, I like them. I think that's cool. I definitely wanted a Freddy one. And I'm like, quite frankly, they should probably be making more Freddy biddies because I actually think that could elevate the line a little bit for people who still haven't been bought into it.
Yeah, I agree. And then it looks like there's like stickers or pins or something.
Pins, like they're giving you a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
They're kind of treating it like they did that. Didn't one year when they first were allowed you to get the box of fun at home, didn't you get a few more stuff? You got like a bandana. I think you did get some stickers. Like
it was the
last year.
The black light one.
No, the black light one, they gave you nothing.
Which one?
Yeah, they just gave you the pops.
They gave you the pops.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it was the one where it was like a cowboy and a robot or whatever.
Yeah, the Olympic one, right?
Yeah, the Olympic one gave you a bunch. That one was like a good. That was a good bang for your buck.
So maybe they're trying to toss. I mean, it's $105, so I know that was another thing that some people were kind of like, I don't know if I'll pick it up because of the price. But it's still out there. So I mean, what'll be cool though is that hopefully there's a lot of variation. So it's like. Do you pull 1 out of 3 chases? Do someone get all 3 chases in a box? Like that'll be kind of cool to see if that's like.
It's funny. I think they were banking on the chases to sell more, if I'm being honest. And I think that backfired. I think that backfired on them.
I think they also probably made too many.
Yeah, they made way too many.
They didn't need to make it like that. But I guess we can kind of transition over to the event because I know we don't really, like I said, I don't really know too much about it, but. Trae's gonna. Which one are you going to? Amarillo, and they go.
I'm going to El Paso. That's gonna be July 15th. Yes.
Okay. So they will be going through Texas. Funny thing is, Trae looked into some of the locations where they're at, and it seems like they're all going to be at Walmart parking lots, basically, which
Yeah.
is weird.
Yeah. I was looking at the one in El Paso, and obviously most Walmarts have huge parking lots. Well, there's like an empty lot, or yeah, basically an empty lot that's right next to the Walmart. And it's pretty big. So maybe they'll be parked there. I don't know. And then especially with all these pops that are starting to show up at Walmarts, I don't know. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
gonna be inside. I don't know if it's gonna be outside. I don't know if they're gonna sell like
it's
tickets.
going to be a
I don't know
disaster.
how it's gonna be.
I think it's just going to be in
Yeah.
the parking lot, if I'm being honest. And Walmart probably paid them a lot of money for this. They want you to then go into Walmart after.
Yeah, I'm sure they have like an RV thing. They pop up like, hey, and everyone comes
Or
out.
I'll
And
even
then, who
double
knows?
down on this maybe, and it's not even in the parking lot. The whole truck thing is fake, and it's going to be in the store. That's what I would do,
That would be
because
crazy.
it's
Oh,
also
dude,
like,
yeah.
because why would Walmart really associate this with them if you're not even gonna have to step foot in their store? That Walmart has, I mean, I just even know just from my
True.
own professional experience, had partnerships with Walmart before where we make pop-ups in a store. And I feel like that may be what this is. We're all just thinking it's a truck. Have they shown us a picture of the truck in
I
any
mean,
Not
they're
besides
video?
always
the
promoting
box.
it on the
Not besides the
video,
box,
but
what it
that's
looks like.
about
Yeah.
it.
It could be
Yeah.
just fake. It could be a fake truck.
It could
I,
it could be,
We'll
but
find out
I guess we'll
soon.
find out when I go. Yeah,
we
or whenever
will.
they start it, we'll find out.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
because it's starting soon. So I don't know if it's just like next week, but we'll find out soon when we know a little bit more about it. But it is interesting nonetheless. It's different. I don't know if I love it, but also like something hinted that Charlie hinted to is that there's potentially like a rumor is that maybe the Batman will be part of the box that you get at the actual thing versus like what we got over the Flash over the online. Did they scrap Batman fully? Or is Batman more something that's going to be for San Diego Comic-Con at the Freddy's Batman? So that's all kind of up in the air because the original pictures we saw when they announced that Fun on the Run thing was going to happen was a Freddy Batman was the one that was in the box. So and then Flash kind of came out of nowhere. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen with that. But that'll be cool to see how that's going to be, Trae. So definitely make sure you make a video of that. I would love to see
Yeah,
what the actual
it's gonna be a long drive for
mayhem.
sure. From where I'm at, it's like 8 hours.
Wow.
That's commitment.
Yeah, that's serious.
Because
Yeah,
I
didn't
would, I
realize.
mean,
I didn't
I
just
realize it
like
wouldn't
was
be
that
going.
far.
I wouldn't
I
be
didn't realize
going.
it was that
yeah,
far.
because it's weird because they go to Oklahoma City, and then Amarillo, Texas, and then Albuquerque, and then El Paso,
Oh,
Texas.
so they come
I was like,
back.
yeah, but Amarillo is the same distance. It's like 9 hours. I'm like, well, which
Yeah.
one do I want to go to? So
It's
I was like,
funny though,
I'll just go
Trae.
to
I
El
mean,
Paso.
I know you. I mean, obviously, we all want to go because the Funko event definitely be great content. But
Yeah,
if it's exactly the same box, and there's nothing else you can get there, are you still definitely going to go?
I guess I'll find out after the 7th, which is the first
The
day.
first one, right?
But
Yeah.
yeah, but then again, I don't know. I mean, there's gonna be different stickers, right? So you have the online sticker, and everybody's all about stickers, which I kind of am too. With the con
Yeah.
and the share, depending on when it is. But I don't
16
know.
hours is
Then
a long time for a sticker.
that's true. That's
You
true.
better
But
go
I
get
mean, I don't know. What if it's
some salsa at Old El Paso over there or something because you
yeah? I
make it
mean,
worth it.
I'm just
that
like,
or like maybe it's like a mini fun day. Like maybe you get produce or stuff like that.
But
That's
that's what
what
I'm
I'm kind of
wondering.
thinking.
That would be cool.
yeah,
But we
that
don't know.
they need. I really hope that is what they're doing because there's no real incentive to go to this. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy I was able to get the box online,
Yeah.
but part of me wishes they just didn't do that. And you
And
know what?
just made it exclusive to
It was
the
just this thing, and I mean, I
Just
know
to
they
the
wanted the
run.
money,
Yeah.
but I don't know. There's just something weird about it. Like, never forget. Like, I was, oh man, like this event's happening. I'm not gonna be able to go. And then I know Trae
yeah.
was going, but it was just like, it just sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. And now it's like, okay, everyone can get the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
once
guess
that
we'll
first one
find out after
happens,
the 7th.
yeah,
Yeah.
once that
We'll
first one
find out for
happens.
sure.
Yeah.
So
I still might go though. I already booked my hotel. I might still
Oh,
just go.
you might as well make a trip out of it, It's not
And
like
that's-
you
Yeah,
just
of
go.
course.
It's not just going there, picking it up, and leaving. You know.
No, of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I probably leave here Friday and then probably come back Sunday or Monday. So
Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
Everyone in the comments too, let us know if you're going to any of these locations.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, we know people down in the Nashville area actually where it's starting. Obviously, we know people in Texas, and yeah, so be interesting to see what everyone sees and what they get. But kind of transitioning over to San Diego Comic-Con, which obviously will be coming up soon. So we got some like a video and some rendering and stuff. We got an idea of kind of what this like event's gonna be, the booths and stuff, like what they're gonna look like. And I know we mentioned it before about the rewind thing, because based off of this, it's like they're gonna have like a multiple type places, which they've kind of been doing that, where like Loungefy always has kind of like its own little spot, which they're going to do that again. And then there's going to be like the main Funko kind of thing. It's Funkoville again, which that's kind of the same thing they went with was it last year or before, whatever it was. But basically the big one that I was like, okay, is that they're essentially opening up a goddamn Blockbuster. The rewind is going to have its own little like booth, like room. And based off of this, it's like, if they have that, there's got to be a bunch of them being dropped at that event, because based off of like obviously the Fun Run one and a couple of San Diego Comic-Con ones that we're going to talk about later, there's no way they have an entire thing if those are the only ones they show. I have a feeling we're going to get like the common drops and everything.
Agreed.
All there. Like they're just going to be like packed with stuff, you know, kind of like what they did when they had like the Snoop Dogg house thing, where it was like, we got all those exclusives, then we got a bunch of other stuff and more Snoop. And then there was even sodas and stuff. So like, who knows what this will be like, but I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that whole little like layout, at least from what we saw?
Yeah. I mean, I think the layout looks pretty sick. I mean, now I'm going to contradict myself about the whole Blockbuster theme, because I like wasn't like the going there in that moment. It looks pretty cool. And part of me feels like we will get a few commons, but I also feel like a lot of that's just going to be for show and for like Instagrammable moments. Like, there'll be a lot, like the entire wall, maybe the con exclusives and like one other, and that's just where we're going to display it. But Funko is like, they don't like stop for anything. They blow all these cons out now. San Diego Comic-Con being the bigger one. I mean, this setup just looks huge. Just taking aside the rewind one, but I mean, they got Loungefy, they got Mondo. I mean, it's crazy.
They even have the BD Pops.
Mondo.
Yeah,
the BD Pop is
BD Pop's got its own.
Yeah.
But what I'm confused about is like seeing that, and it literally looked like its own event, like space. Then we got the map of like the entire San Diego Comic-Con. I know they posted that, where you see kind of like where booths are going to be or whatever. And Funko's like a small little spot in like the corner. So it's like, is that area just that big?
It's that big.
Like the actual convention center, for instance,
it's
is just that big that they're going to have literally that's going to be crazy looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of it though, you're probably going to be behind, and like you're going to have to like wait in a line to even like get into it.
Yeah.
Which also is like annoying, but
that's what they did for the Funkoween or the
dude, everything.
New York,
they
right?
never let
they had everything blocked off though, right?
Yeah, they never let you just experience it, even if you can't wait in line to get this stuff. That's like one thing I don't like.
Yeah, it's very exclusive.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, yeah,
whatever. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Like, I don't like that's like Funkoville again. I guess they could have kind of changed the whole name, whatever. But like, I'm still like, I might be mixing this up, but I could have swore when they did like the Fun Days boxes and those themes or whatever, they were tied to the event. And there's nothing to do with camp there. Obviously, the Fun Days event is camp, but like, it just doesn't match that at all. Like, am I wrong? Were other ones not like that?
It wasn't that way last year, which was weird. It used to be that way. They stopped doing that.
Okay. So then it's just most recently.
But the Halloween one was in New York, so like that makes it a little confusing.
Yeah. So then
because that was actually a Fright Night, and then but the actual fun days last year was the black light, which where we got the black light box of fun.
That's
But
what it was,
before that,
black light. But the actual
before that
event
was
wasn't black light theme or anything. It was
well,
different, right?
not the actual SDC, but fun days
Yeah.
was,
Yeah,
No,
fun
but
days.
not
yeah,
SDC.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this one we did get the mascots again. So this time, like I said, it's Camp Fun Days. That's the actual event. We haven't gotten too much information on that,
Which is interesting to me.
but yeah, because the only thing we've gotten information on, like officially, is that on July 20th is when like the San Diego Comic-Con stuff will be like up for sale. So that's like the only thing, but we don't normally, it goes Thursday through Sunday. Friday is kind of the day of the fun days or whatever that event is. So I'm assuming it would be that Friday. We just don't know exactly. Nothing has really leaked from that, which is also interesting because usually those are the things everyone gets on some kind of leak from. Like what Freddy's we're gonna get or what the mascots look like. Like we don't have any idea besides the logo, but we don't know what the pop looks like.
Yeah.
But yeah, the four of the ones we have a Papa Waka Lumberjacks. These names are ridiculous. Proto Moa Wolves. We got a Chesapeake Eagles and a Funamuck Bears. So they're pretty cool because, like, to me, they remind me, like, especially with a little emblem and the way they designed, at least the picture. We don't know what the pop's going to look like. They're very like Boy Scoutish. Like they kind of fit into like you would think it would be like a patch or something that you would get like
Agreed
from Boy Scout.
Yeah,
I think actually, just by saying that out loud, I think that'd be cool. They should definitely put they do patches in some random boxes sometimes. I feel like they should make a patch versus a sticker. I think patches are cooler, and that would fit more into this whole thing. What do you think about the mascots? Do you guys have any favorites or any? I think they're overall they were like pretty cool.
I like the lumberjack one the best actually, or maybe the bear. I feel like
bear's so funny looking. He has like such a small little head.
I know, like I'm curious what the pop's gonna look like. It's funny you bring that up. Like when you look at this, it's like, are they really gonna make the Funko Pop look like that? I think the eagle one is the worst out of the four. If I had to pick one I like the least.
The wolf one, I think.
I like the wolf one too. It's funny.
The bear and the lumberjack.
It's always hard to pick the one that you want.
I know.
Like it's always like, oh, which one do I get? And then it's kind of like, I remember last year, it's like I got the one that I could get.
Oh yeah, I remember.
But
like the Proto Robos, I remember that.
Though I want to just bring up too, like I completely agree with you, Migs. Like it makes no sense that there's no camp theme at San Diego Comic-Con at the Funko booth. Like maybe that is the way they always do it, and we're just like not remembering. But it just makes sense. Like I feel like the theme should pour over into the Fun Days event. These couldn't be any more drastically different.
Yeah,
like we have like a retro, like it's like they're in Riverdale. They don't know if they're in their present day, the 90s with Blockbuster, the 70s, the 60s, and then we're gonna go over to camping. Hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Guys, they probably came up with this idea when they were food testing.
Yeah. And what's funny is that like that t-shirt's already out. So like
which makes no sense.
Yeah, when the box dropped, both t-shirts dropped at the same time, which was like the actual Fun on the Run type of t-shirt, and then the Camp Fun Days t-shirt also dropped, which has the mascots. Like, I mean, I'm wearing a blacklight one right now, actually, from the event with mascots on the back. And it's the same thing, but this came out with the box. Like, so that's why I was so confused when this was dropping in that other box. I was like, is that the box? And it's not, because obviously you got to get at least one of these mascot pops in the box if that was the case.
It's unfortunate timing. I feel like they didn't need to be the exact same time. Like this Fun on the Run event and then the Fun Days with Comic-Con. Like Funko should have just done like their own event.
Yeah,
or the Fun Days event should be Fun on the Run.
Yeah.
True.
Well, maybe the Fun on the Run is like, when you have to travel to a camping site, right? You have to travel.
Yeah, you're thinking outside the box here.
Yeah.
It's a completely different color scheme they picked, though. It doesn't match. That's
That's true.
And the
I
whole
wonder
shirt
if,
thing dropping makes no sense.
yeah, I'm curious though, because in the last, I don't know, I know last year and the year before, they dropped the Fox of Fun a week before
Yeah.
Fun Days.
Mhm.
So that would be literally the week of the fun run.
Yeah.
That's
It's
so
funny.
weird.
It's funny you bring that up, Trey, because something that I was thinking was, are we not getting an online version of the box? And the fun run box is what the online folk get.
I don't know. I hope not.
Because it is weird that t-shirt's out already. That's
That would
either a
suck.
mistake or I don't know. There's no reasoning for that to have come out. They haven't even like announced those mascots publicly.
Yeah. It's really weird. I don't know. It's interesting that like your little theory there too, because who knows? But I hope not. I hope we get those
I hope,
boxes and
yeah.
everything. So, but we'll see. It's gonna be crazy next few weeks to see kind of what goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between that event and then San Diego Comic-Con, of course. Which San Diego Comic-Con, I know what, like almost a month ago, I feel like we got that like rumored list, like, oh, this is all the at least
Yep.
the IPs and certain names, like you didn't know exactly what it was, but you know, like this was gonna be one of them kind of thing that's gonna come out.
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con usually is pretty big, like range of Funko products. But I think we got about like maybe 10 or 12 or so that were like now being announced, so kind of like leaking and stuff. It's still a ton, I'm sure, missing, and we still haven't gotten any like official word from Funko on most of these things. These are kind of all like the other pages that happen to find them.
Yeah.
But we can kind of run through what was announced for San Diego Comic Con and kind of like, you know, our thoughts on them or something that maybe that you thought was pretty cool or not. But Trae, you can start us off if you want something that was announced officially, well, so far with the San Diego
Yeah.
Comic Con.
So I know there was actually two things that really caught my eye was the Spider-Man, the Vault
Yes.
one. That would definitely be the first one I'm gonna buy because I don't have any of them, but
Yeah.
definitely would get that one. Um, I do like that one a lot. Like I said, I just never got the other ones. The other thing was I kind of like that hatching raptor. It's kind of funny,
Yeah.
but I
I
do
liked
like it.
that pop too. I agree.
I like that one. And then, the Ian Malcolm for sure. But everything else, nothing really that catches my eye yet, right? I'm sure there'll be more, but for sure those two definitely caught my eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're obviously in agreement with the rewinds. I feel like I'm gonna want to get a few of these actually. I wish I didn't want them. Ian, the I don't know if I'll go with the Jurassic Park route, but like one thing that I'm pumped for is Buzz Lightyear one and
Mhm.
Peter Pan. Like that, those look sick. Like Peter Pan, like and Buzz, like they both like look good in this new look, in my opinion. Like I actually prefer this look than to I think what they would look like as a soda.
Mhm.
It's funny that we didn't get to see the leaks for that. It's just the figures, not the box art.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm pretty excited for those. Like I thought those ones were cool. And then
Yeah.
the Jurassic Park that Trey brought up, like we're getting a lot because it's the anniversary. I wish it was a different character. I mean, how many Jeff Goldblum ones do we need in the exact they also use the exact same outfit? Like I know
But
it's
it's
this
the
iconic
soda.
Yeah.
one.
The soda that just came out.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think the Raptor's lazy. I think that's pretty cool. I'm actually
Yeah.
surprised
Yeah.
we don't have that already. That one's a good one.
Yeah. Hatching was definitely a cool way of getting the dinosaur. But yeah, they're doing a ton for Jurassic Park. There's a lot of stuff that for the anniversary has been dropping. But yeah, those things were cool. There was a couple DC stuff. So obviously, I know you kind of mentioned it. There's a DC Rewind as well. Like he was saying, Super Friends, it's Batman. Um, it looks all right. Interesting,
Yep.
like that's the one they chose, you know, like for
I hate the mold for that one
yeah,
actually.
it's just so weird.
It looks it looks like a female version of Batman.
Yeah, he's like tiny. Um, but then there was a couple other DC one things that are announced. We got Barry Allen. So obviously the new one from Flash, very random. He's sitting like on an electric like chair type of thing, and so like electricity. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't really know what
No one's
this
seen
has
the
to
movie.
do with it.
Makes
So, so yeah, literally, no,
they've lost them $200 million.
bombed in the box office. Yeah, whenever that comes out on Max, I guess I'll watch it. But that one, I don't know, looks like I said, I don't know exactly where that's from, so
That
I
top
can't
looks
like
terrible.
I can't like it if I was like, oh, that was a cool part, because it's really weird. And he's giving me like chest hair, like they even put like a little chest hair on
It's
him, which is
weird.
very weird. Um,
Oh yeah,
then,
they do.
yeah. And
That's hilarious.
to add another DC thing that they're announced that I think is another absolutely terrible idea is there's going to be another Biddy box, which I don't mind the Biddies. Obviously, I have the DC line, but we're going to get another DC box, but it's blacklight, which is so dumb. Like, I just don't understand why they're doing it. It's basically one that already exists with like the Joker, or Batman. I think Batgirl
Yeah.
might be the other one. And I don't like that they're doing these individual things, because I thought it was cool that it's like it's 4 of them. You got a mystery, you got to try to get different ones to get. But like now, when you get the solo one, like the mystery, is there multiple mystery ones that you still can get? Like,
Well, see that it's funny you bring that up. That's one thing I don't like about it. Because I'm a fan of having the individual ones, but every individual one should not be one that you got in that box, in my opinion. But it looks like they're repeats, which I do
yeah,
not like.
it
That is a
literally
money.
looks like
That is a money grab from
it's a
Funko.
repeat, but I just wonder if there's like multiple mystery ones with only those common ones, let's say. Like,
You would
that's what's
hope.
confusing. Like, but then you just gotta buy same and have duplicates just to get, like that's the part that's like a little weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, not gonna lie, like I'm gonna contradict everything I was just saying. The actual like little molds and the colors of them look pretty awesome. Like, because those don't they don't exist in blacklight yet. Well, yeah, no, because
Yeah.
No, they don't.
They don't.
the animated series stuff
Yeah.
does, like Batman, Joker.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Those molds are a little different.
You're
but
gonna
either
get
way,
them. You're gonna get them.
no, but I don't. It's just I can't like it, because it's just like, why? And you know what's even crazier? I'm trying to find the actual box. It doesn't say anything about blacklight on it. Like, you just know because that's the box that blacklight comes in,
Yeah.
but it doesn't say that they're blacklight. Like,
That's true. Yeah.
it's kind of weird. Like, it's like,
But the Joker looks like the regular Joker. It doesn't even really look like a
Because they use like the
blacklight
normal colors, but yeah, I agree.
yeah, exactly. It's not like a way different version.
Variant. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It pisses me off, because I like the original set, like that obviously that came out, and this one's like, it's all right. But yeah, it's weird. That's just another random con that they announced, well, item that's going to be at the con.
That Barry Allen, I think that one, the way the pop looks, I think they should have made that glow in the dark at least.
Yeah,
They shouldn't have made that pop. That is probably going to be one of the biggest shelf warmers, even at the con.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
true.
so
I
weird.
agree, but at least they could have made it glow in the dark. You know what I mean?
Something.
Same thing
That'll
with
be
that Thor
that'll be
one
the common
too.
of that pop.
Yeah, same thing with that Thor one too.
Yeah,
they're really into
that's
showing the
another one.
superheroes' chests. Like what?
Chest and like lightning. like the Thor, which I think did that Thor one like leak a long time ago?
A long time ago, and completely
Yeah.
forgot about it because that movie's trash. Because they said that you're gonna like this would be the version where you see his butt, but you clearly don't.
Oh, this was the one? That never came out?
That never came out, I don't think.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know, man.
See, here's the problem that I like. Kind of talked about this a little bit last time about Funko. They gotta start realizing like this movie, no one likes this movie. And I apologize if you're listening and you do like this movie, but just go to Rotten Tomatoes, read online. Like, this is a huge bomb for Marvel. Even Chris Hemsworth has come out and saying he regrets the movie, that it was trash. Yeah. Why are you making this pop like a year later at a con? No one wants this. And that's a lot coming for me, and I'm very easily sold. I just like I just see that in the Flash one. The Flash, maybe they were kind of like, this movie could be huge and it's a great con pop because DC Comics is like you know, having DC and Marvel exclusives for San Diego Comic-Con is the bread and butter. But like
Yeah.
these two just aren't it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple other things we're going to talk about, but like overall, what's been announced is pretty weak. Like
I agree.
especially as a San Diego Comic-Con, this isn't like Emerald City or something that's a little lesser. So yeah, that's no bueno in my opinion.
Another
we
thing
also
that
go
there you
ahead.
go.
I know you want to talk about your Star Wars. I'm
Yeah,
assuming,
that's
right?
exactly what
Yeah,
I want to
go
say.
ahead.
Yeah. So we're finally getting a young Princess Leia Funko Pop, which is sick. Though I wish they didn't spoil the mold of the pop and the pop keychain when they announced
Oh
all the other
yeah,
pops, which I feel like this is a rampage on me on Funko today, which I don't like doing, but like this makes this pop like not I want this pop, but it's not as cool because they shouldn't have made this in a common pop keychain. I don't think they've ever done that. Like made a mold for a con exclusive and then like redid it for something else,
yep.
let alone before. Like you can go to Hot Topic right now. I think they're actually getting wave 2 of Obi-Wan and like this is there. But
Oh yeah.
regardless, it's super cool. I don't understand why this didn't come out a year ago when the show came out.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3-liter Vader is sick. Even though it's exactly the same mold, I don't care. It's like
Always the same mode.
I actually
But
when
it is, but it does look different. He looks like he's been on keto. He's a little smaller. He's a little thinner. But because of the soda bottle, I'm assuming. It just like the proportion looks a little different than like it doesn't look like a normal, which obviously that's kind of how they make those because even like the Hulk, like they
yeah.
can't make them wide, so you could tell they're like kind of like compressed a little bit.
Yeah,
So
no, you're totally right.
it is a little different.
I really hope the chase is him like
They
half
haven't
with his
showed it
face
yet.
off. They haven't showed it yet, but it's probably just glow in the
No,
dark.
it's just gonna be glow in the dark, bro. It's glow in the dark or metallic, if that. Because you know how weak they go with these. Because
It's ridiculous.
it's cool looking though.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea to have. I mean, he even has the lightsaber. So yeah, what is the chase gonna be? It's not like they could ignite the lightsaber because it's already. It's probably just gonna glow a little bit, I would assume. Which is terrible. But I mean, it's
know.
cool. Are you gonna get that one? I'm assuming you will, right?
I'm
All the
getting
Vader
it.
stuff.
I mean, yeah, I'm basically like a Vader completionist. I almost have I even have like the OG blue box Vader. So I basically have every Vader pop ever made.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So
But yeah,
definitely cool. We also had this was actually the first one. I completely forgot this when I was going over what we were going to talk about. But the first thing that was announced, or at least leaked with a picture of the sticker, was 001, number one from Stranger
yes.
Things. So that's gonna be one that's supposed to be for Khan. That's a cool one.
That is a cool one.
They don't make his pop already in the line, so that's
No.
a good way to introduce it as a Khan one. So yeah, that one's definitely pretty awesome. And then there's some Transformers. Trae, do you know who those are? Who? Because anytime they drop Transformers, I'd have no idea what the Transformer actually is. And if no one says it in the
Galvatron.
comments, I don't know.
It says Galvatron and shit. I don't even know that other one. I only see is Galvatron.
Well, let me know if
That's
you
all
actually
I see.
want those pops and you're going to buy a Loungefly of it because I just don't think many people are going to.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's a very random. Very random.
It is a bit odd. But they always come out with Transformer stuff, and it's like always one. It's always like two, so I feel like it's like a ridiculous. But I think that was the only stuff that was announced for that we saw, right? Anything else that you guys saw that was specific to San Diego Comic-Con?
Wasn't there that a Bug's Life Loungefly too?
Oh, you're right. There was.
Oh yeah.
Yep. The Hemlock.
Hemlock.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty sick. Like if you, I mean, I'm not going to get it because I don't collect Loungeflies, as everyone knows.
But this is a different looking Loungefly, though. It's not like
and it's kind of like
the picture. At least it looks like
it's
a little bigger.
It's something that he's kind of in like the movie.
Yeah, that cookie box or
it can almost be like a display piece if you want it, kind of like the Toy Story one where it was Buzz in the like claw machine.
Yeah, which they don't do that a lot. Usually it's like the pop on the side and you get the bag.
Agreed. I mean, this is pretty cool, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is interesting. But yeah, that's for at least specifically to San Diego Comic-Con, that's really all that at least has been leaked. I know that early list of just the names and stuff was enormous. So
Which did that have rewinds on it?
I don't even remember.
It
That list
makes me
was
feel like the
so
list may not be real.
that was so long ago too. But I don't
I don't
I'll
think
try
it
to
did.
find that list was I feel like it came out so long ago.
It a long time ago.
Yeah, and then there was like
That's why we
rumors
didn't
that
even
we were
talk
gonna
about
get
it. We
him.
were kind of like, it's weird to talk about this now.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a few weeks ago, I think. And we were just like, but we don't know if they're all gonna be real. Clearly. I mean, so far it's like not.
But they also
I don't
had
even
that
know.
one potential list for the Fun on the Run as well, of how they did say it was like the Big Lebowski, Rise of the Beast, and then they had like potential sodas and pops for that event as well, like Dolly Parton, some more Freddie Funkos, Jimi Hendrix, Michael Jackson,
Well,
Ozzy,
maybe they'll
R2D2.
have like separate ones only for certain
Yeah,
states, which would be
maybe.
kind of cool. Like, let's
So
get the Dolly Parton one in Nashville. Like,
that's
Yeah,
true.
that would make sense. Yeah.
So that list, I just found it, or at least one of the ones that they said it was gonna be. It doesn't say anything about rewinds, but all the pops that we just named are on that list.
they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even like the 3 liter soda Vader, there's also a Chewbacca that's supposed to be. There's
Does
like
it
a bunch
say
of different
anything about
sodas.
Buzz Lightyear on there, Peter Pan? Like, I
Let's
wonder if it's on there, but they
see.
thought it was something different.
DC, the Bug's Life is on there. I'm like
Okay. So we're getting Cobra Kai sodas. Let's go.
the Stranger
There's
Things
also
number
like,
one. Number one is on there. Yeah, Cobra Kai soda, Johnny Lawrence.
I think there was also Captain Planet Pops too.
Yes. Those are,
And if
we're
that's
getting
true,
commons, I think, and con exclusives for that.
But then it also
yeah.
says the Big Lebowski, which I know that's part of like the fun run thing.
Oh,
That's also on the list. The Barry Allen's on the list. Like pretty much the list probably is real. They just
yep. No,
this is
here.
there's a ton more. They just have not the Baby
Yeah.
Raptor, Jurassic
Is there
Park.
any turtles on that list?
I
'Cause
didn't
I find
see
it really
any.
weird.
No,
What a bad, like, the movie's coming out like a
there's
few weeks
They'll
Power
after.
probably have it
Rangers.
for New York Comic Con. They'll probably have it for New York.
Yeah, there's Power Rangers, but not. It says Superman variant 1, Superman variant 2, Superman variant 3.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means. So yeah, interesting. Another Jimi Hendrix in purple. So I guess we'll probably hopefully get more of those on that list that'll be coming out. But so far we're still waiting for more of like official or like actual leaks. But yeah, those fun run run things like you were saying. So that seems like those are the ones that are going to be exclusive with the sticker, which we saw a Walmart picture with the Bumblebee,
Yep.
Big
Mhm.
Lebowski, and one more that was in their
There's
picture.
the Bumblebee,
The
The
Jaws.
Bumblebee,
Jaws.
the Jaws. Yeah, that's what it was.
They also
Because
had that WWE Liv Morgan as well.
yep. And according to this list, there's also going to be a Garfield soda, and then like you guys said, Dolly Parton, Freddie Funko, Jimi Hendrix, Michael
Mhm.
Jackson. Is one of the Michael Jacksons going to
Ozzy.
drop in those things?
Oh. Maybe that's why that list is huge, because it's not all San Diego Comic Con.
Well,
Maybe.
this Fun Run one is a separate list that
Oh, it is a separate
Pop
list.
News
Yeah.
dropped. Yeah, it's got a 10-inch Antonio and Jaguar from Encanto, a Jaws VHS, Big Lebowski VHS, Rise of the Beast Bumblebee, which we saw the WWE one, Garfield, and then it says potential pop / sodas. Dolly
Yeah.
Parton, but it says ×3. Freddie Funko ×8.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too.
Jimi
Oh,
Hendrix ×3. Michael Jackson, Ozzy Osbourne, R2D2, Snoop Dogg, and Space Ghost. Because the Space Ghost is technically the soda that's in the Fun Run box, and then Freddie
Right.
Funko is there. But then is there more kind of Freddie Funkos? Are they counting the little bitties as technically Freddie? You know, so like
That's true
it's
too. Yeah.
kind of
also, I
interesting.
have to say something about this list though. Fun on the Run. Why is this like a music festival? I mean,
'Cause
half of these are musicians. It makes no sense. Sorry, that's so weird.
Yeah. Well, you got to look
Definitely
at it. You
interesting.
start in Nashville, country, right? And then you go all the way to California, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
but they should have themed it differently.
Yeah, true.
The Dolly Parton stuff, I guarantee is going to be in Nashville.
Yeah, I mean, it
I
has
bet
to
you we'll
be.
get something there.
Hmm.
But it's very interesting. This is like so like we're kind of still in the dark. It's so weird how this event's gonna go. I guess we'll see. Um, but we had a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff that
Oh, yeah.
dropped, not San Diego
Yes.
Comic Con related. Funko dropped a ton of them, all basically all the comments from the Mutant Mayhem movie. You got April, you got all the people besides just the turtles, most of them dropped. There's that 4-pack that's like glow in the dark 4-pack Amazon. That thing looks so sick.
Which is sick, and that's like a
Mhm.
throwback to the OG one.
Yeah,
Yes.
Amazon
Amazon had an exclusive.
the pops that
Mhm.
like glow look amazing. Which is pretty big. There was, I think there was even like there's a ride out, I think, right? And then we also got sodas.
A ton of sodas. We got a common line, which
Ton of
another
sodas. Yep.
yeah, another common line with no piece
Number.
counts. Leo, Donatello, Mikey, Raph, and then in April and
Superfly.
Superfly, which that one looks pretty awesome. Those two are metallic, and then the turtles is just glow. So they're throwing that back to like the OG ones.
Yeah.
Because the OG ones were like that too, where it was like a plain one and then a glow.
Which I'm cool with, because if that is the reason they actually did that, which I'm gonna just tell myself that is why they did that, but you could have done something else, especially because like one thing that would have been fire is in the new movie, you do see them as babies for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Which there are some toys of that already.
Yeah.
They're Target exclusives, I believe. You get them as a baby and then you get them as like a teenager. They're not in pop form at all. That would have been sick as a chase.
So it's funny you say that because I went to GameStop Sunday when I went on my hunt on my video, and I asked the guy, I was like, "Hey man, are y'all able to pre-order the last Ronin sodas or anything?" And they said no. But he did check on their online where you can pre-order. There's a huge list that says
GameStop exclusive.
Pop Pizza exclusive. And there's like even I think might even be one of those big moments like the Eddie Munson, because he was like, "Man, why is this like $60?" I'm like, why is that? But then I thought about it, I was like, oh, well, that makes sense now. And there was like a few exclusives. And again, that was at GameStop. And that's what he told me. They obviously they're trying to code it so you don't, but obviously when it says pizza and it comes out after August, it makes sense.
It does, especially that they haven't. Yeah, you're right. Because there's a ton of villains in this movie. And the fact that the only pop that we have is Superfly is strange.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to get those afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, we're even like they even announced the Bebop soda Amazon exclusive, which is not part of like that general line. Because I think that one was numbered, no?
It's
no,
not.
It's not. Okay, yeah, it's not numbered. It's just the Amazon.
That's like what they did for Guardians. So there's probably going to be a Target one.
Target, yeah.
Walmart, Amazon.
That's where we'll probably get more of these like villains. I actually, this is super random, but I just noticed that this Raphael from at least from this specific movie, he has like his whole head covered with the band. That's pretty cool. I had to like look back. I was like, did he always have that? And I know the OG one he did. It was just across the eye, so I was like confused because in the glow in the dark one, I was like, that's pretty cool.
He's also bigger than all the other turtles. Not in pop. You can't. They're not really showing that in pop form, but in the movie, he's bigger than everyone.
Oh wow! So you think he's like the older one, maybe? Or he's just?
No, it's just like his body shape, which is interesting because
I like the Michelangelo has braces.
Yeah, I mean they really.
The pop looks pretty cool with braces.
The detail on these pops are amazing, and like they really are showing like the one thing that I always find comical. And I mean, I am a huge Turtles fan as well. Like
Hmm.
obviously Trae, this its channel is basically almost based on that. And even, Megs is a fan. Like they're never portrayed as actual teenagers, really. Like they are straight up
Yeah.
teenagers in this new movie. Like
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
through
like in
and
other
through.
other stuff. You mean, yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're even showing that in the pops with the down to the details.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's sick.
The details on the actual pops themselves look pretty cool, and how like they're not like on the OG ones, they have like the smooth head. These are kind of like rigid a little bit, which is kind of cool because of the
Oh,
animation of the movie,
Yep.
which I do like those little details, which is pretty awesome.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's almost like a pixelated kind of
Yeah, because
like
even the
look.
sodas, if you look at the sodas, like Leo's face is real
Hmm.
like
It's
yeah.
like it's almost like geometric kind of like
Yeah,
shape.
they
It almost
made it
looks like
look
a
like
Yeah,
facet.
animation.
It looks like the
yeah,
facet pops.
yeah.
Yeah, which is really
But I
cool.
think yeah,
One thing
I
that
think
was
they look
interesting
good. I'm
though
excited.
with the line is, and I know Trey's gotten some of these, but the mystery minis are like OG turtles, like
Yeah,
that they're not part of this movie, and they dropped with this huge line.
Mm.
Even
I
though
bought that. Yeah.
have you seen that they're making like window ones where you see what's in the box and they're exactly the same
Like
as the ones that are closed?
they're like usually like at Five Below or something
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
they're
Yeah.
going there. I don't understand the strategy of that.
I don't know, but I
Yeah, I
bought a
didn't
whole
see
case and it's pretty fun though.
that. That's cool. Yeah, they're definitely going big with this movie coming out and everything, just like merchandising for it. Because a ton of stuff obviously has been announced and actually came out already. So it's gonna be
Hmm.
a big line for Trey to be collecting, I'm sure.
That's why I hadn't been buying anything for a while. I knew this day was or this weeks were coming.
Definitely gonna be pretty awesome. Um, but yeah, a ton of drops obviously for Ninja Turtles. We had a couple other like one-off pops and things that, or not even pops. Let's talk about this actually, something that's not pop related, but some Mischief Toys dropped a new. Well, they're going to be dropping a new
Yep.
Ghastly, which obviously we support them. Awesome, channel and they do great stuff over there with this Ghastly. Basically, all the ones that come out exclusive. The last one was the Pride one, which was 500 piece. I think this is 400
Yeah,
piece, I
this one's
believe.
400.
Yeah, and it's like a tiki one, right? So
Yep,
kind of
like a
tiki
tiki
base.
god, and he's
Yeah.
much bigger. Like basically every Ghastly for the most part has looked the same. They did have a gargoyle one for New York
Yep.
Comic Con, which was bigger, but this one's like a new mold, and he's like double the size. So he's like,
Yeah.
even though the Ghastlies are tiny, this one has like some, height to it.
Mhm.
It to me
Hmm.
it looks super cool.
He also is like holding a like a spear staff type of thing, and it's removable,
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. Like you don't usually see something like that. Like they're the quality of their stuff is great. Like I got my very first one and unboxed it. The box itself is like awesome.
yeah,
The way they like package everything is great. And it is funny because when you pull out the gas, it's pretty small. Like you don't realize in the pictures and stuff that when you see it in person, it's a lot smaller. So this is cool. That's big. I was talking to Charlie beforehand. Like I love this look, the tiki whole thing, and that looks awesome. But I do kind of wish it was the regular Gassy just in that style, but it is
yeah.
something different. It's going to be
Yeah.
a little bit more pricey just because obviously it's a little bit more rare and it's also a different design. It's a little bit bigger. It's basically like the normal Gassy type face on a bigger body, kind of taller body.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a cool one. All the stuff they put out is always great, and most of the
Yeah.
stuff sells pretty fast for the most part, depending on like the piece counts. Obviously, some are a little bit more limited than others.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, this was definitely something. I definitely wanted to mention that for sure because I know they also support, our podcast as well.
Yep.
So good to give them a shout out. If you guys haven't, Mischief Toys, definitely check them out. Check out those Ghastlies because this one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I bet this one probably sells pretty quick too, though. I just see it just because it's very different. Like I'm sure that Gargoyle one
Yeah.
was like a huge because it was so
Oh yeah.
different.
It's gonna sell immediately.
So
Their following is like
very
unlike
loyal.
any. Yeah, these sell out
Yeah.
so quick.
The pin bundle looks cool too. I actually like the
Mhm.
pin. Looks pretty
Yeah, they've been
awesome. So I
doing
might.
that now too, which
Yeah,
is cool.
and there's usually less
Yeah.
pins available than the actual figure, so
Yeah.
you really gotta always get those if you want it like quick.
Are you gonna try to go for a try?
Yes. I definitely will.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Does it have a date?
Yeah, that
It actually,
tomorrow or
yeah, when
the
you
30th.
when
Oh,
you all will be
okay.
listening to this podcast,
Yeah, it'll
you'll
be
already
coming
have
out.
lost your chance to buy it. So
Yeah.
look forward to the next drop.
It's
Um,
true.
but yeah,
So
it,
Yeah,
true.
because the pin is only 200. It's limited to 200 for the
Yeah,
pin, and then the figure is 400. So
400.
yeah, they've been doing pin bundles now, which is really cool. I mean, I I used to collect actually Disney pins hardcore, and I just
Mm,
stopped doing that. I just like I kind of stay away from the pins now, but they are cool.
yeah,
mhm.
but definitely awesome. Any other pops that you guys
Well, one thing I wanted to bring up, which is
or
interesting,
anything?
we're rumored to be getting a fan rewards
Yeah,
NFT pack. Which I'm curious how many points that's going to cost, because like I don't know if any of you guys have perused through like the rewards you can actually get, but they're like ungodly amount of points. Like most
yeah,
of them
Yeah.
are, none of them are attainable. I would like to think this will be that much. Um, and I'm curious if it'll even sell out. Like, who knows? Because I feel like even some of the NFT community, like that may be all they get. Like, they don't actually buy other Funkos. Like, I know there's
yeah,
people like us who do everything. But I think it's kind of cool. Definitely gonna get away for people that want to get those points to interact with that fan rewards, which
yeah,
so far has been a little weak, but I like the
Mhm.
idea of it.
yeah. And you gotta like spend a lot to get
Yeah.
barely anything. I actually used up all my points recently. I
Oh,
put them
really?
into some of those, yeah, some of those entries for like to win I don't remember what it was. It was like 2 or 3 like exclusive
Okay.
pops or something. It was like I had enough to like just enter in a few times, so I just was like, whatever, I'll just enter it. And pretty much just threw away my points at that point, but just figured I'd see because I
Yeah.
wasn't
Why
seeing
not?
myself buying something with them because, like you said, it's really hard the stuff that they put up there. Um, I like the concept of it though, but yeah, this will be interesting to see kind of the price of this and how easy it will be to get and what's going to be in there too, because it seems like does it say how many cards or anything?
I think it's one.
So there's only one. Okay, so it's not
Yeah.
even like a few. Okay.
No, yeah, I think it's just one. I'm curious if it'll be limited or not. I'm assuming it'll be pretty limited.
Yeah, I would think. Um,
Yeah.
what else we got? Oh, there was a they announced a Blue Beetle pop. Well, we talked about a while ago that we're gonna obviously have a line for this movie, but
Yeah.
they finally got like a picture of one. There's a GameStop exclusive that glows in the dark. Pretty cool. I mean, the mold looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Which I knew once we knew we were gonna get pops for this, like it was gonna look pretty awesome, like in pop form. And I think that they kind of pulled it off. It looks pretty cool. I'm sure
And
this
then
line will be pretty big.
it also has a chase too. So the chase
Yeah.
glows in the dark. So that is what makes it the chase.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what it
Yeah,
is.
there's two different variants of the chase, like the common and the chase, and then the GameStop glow in the dark.
That's what it is, yeah. So the regular ones are not exclusive, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
the
gonna be
regular one
common
that where
release.
I guess he's just like a regular fist, but it looks like on the GameStop exclusive, he's holding some kind of like weapon or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, because he can kind of like melt his hands into like weapons and
Into a
stuff.
weapon, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like that guy from Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just so
GT.
interesting about this movie, because we like to throw in a little movie chat in this podcast, is as if people are familiar, the Flash movie that just came out, it's kind of the last movie before James Gunn takes over. This movie was already made, but James Gunn has said like this will be part of his DC
Hmm.
but the rumors I've been reading though now is this movie is not part of his saga. He will just use he'll use Sholo's Beetle character into his movie. So this won't mean anything.
Oh, okay. So it's just like an intro to him basically, and then
Yeah, and then it's gonna be like, okay, we're gonna just reuse him again. That movie doesn't mean anything, which like is so dumb of him to say, because I partially think take aside all of the people that hate Ezra Miller. Some people are like, why am I gonna go watch this movie? Because like we're all so trained now that all the comic movies are connected,
yeah.
especially with Marvel, and they're like James Gunn was like running his mouth, like this doesn't matter.
So weird.
Oh, your favorite James Gunn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your boy.
Even though, do you see his new Superman was picked, and he's actually the guy I wanted to be, but he looks just like Henry Cavill. He's a little bit younger than him.
He does look like him.
It's like a slap in the
Yeah.
face to him.
He's probably cheaper though.
He's definitely cheaper. Yeah,
but yeah, we'll
Definitely
see how that goes. But I think that was kind of it for.
There was
Yeah.
also that Freddie Funko, the Philippines.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
boxing one. Yeah, I remember we
Yeah.
had mentioned that last week. I remember it's Philippine like exclusive or something, right? Or
1,000
some Asia
pieces.
exclusive. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
crazy because they have some pretty awesome ones over there when they get those exclusives.
That's gonna be
But
like
this one's
impossible
cool.
to get.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's over here, like you'll
Yeah.
maybe like Epic Collectibles will sell it or something, you know, like because
Yeah.
it's overseas. But it's gonna be interesting to see if anyone actually gets that one. It's definitely a cool one though. Him
Yeah,
like the robe
definitely.
and boxing and everything. But yeah, think that'll kind of tie it up.
Yeah.
A lot of obviously San Diego stuff. So we definitely will be looking forward to see what obviously these pages start dropping, what is actually at the event. Is there a big difference? And regardless, Trae's going to be going to one of them, but hopefully it's something that's a little bit more, worth it, I would hope. And something other stuff that you can get there. Maybe there'll be some exclusive pops. If there's a Michael Jackson one, like it says on this list that's there, you know who needs one.
Yes, I do.
But we'll let you go here. Charlie will let you guys know where to follow all of us, everything like usual. Again, please make sure you guys are commenting down below though in the video. We want to hear, especially with this type of episode where it was a lot of like news and specific things like that. We want to hear kind of your thoughts and what you guys are excited for San Diego Comic-Con and for this fun whatever they want to call it thing.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. And
yeah,
let us know what you get if you go to any of those. But as always, thank you for listening / watching. And if you haven't already, show us a little love and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like this video, comment, and hit that notification bell so you know new episodes come out. And if you're listening on podcast platforms, whether it's Spotify, Apple, Google, make sure you're following us there. And then we get that extra love on Spotify if you want to answer our questions that we have for every episode and polls. We just love interacting with you. And, as everyone knows who does comment, we always make a point. We respond legit to every comment. We don't let one comment go untalked to. We even start conversations with people. So please keep that up. And then come follow us over at Instagram at Collector Chatter, and then at Pop_Migs and at Collect_Charlie. And then I'm going to roll out that red carpet for Trae and tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at STX_collectibles, which will also be the same for TikTok. And then, of course, my YouTube channel is South Texas Collectibles. And yeah, go hit the notification bell and also subscribe as well. That would be awesome.
Got to give Trae that love. He just surpassed over 5K subscribers. He's trying to go for 6K. He gives out a lot of free cool prizes. So make sure you definitely subscribe to his channel. And just want to let everyone know that we're gonna unfortunately be taking a little bit of a break. Just we got vacations, we got stuff going on, but we're still gonna try to drop content. But make sure you're still talking to us, and we hope you enjoy this episode. And remember, collecting is the way. Until the next episode, later, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Later, guys.